Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this new episode. And in today's episode, we're gonna talk about the martial art tier list. Actually, there gonna be three tier lists, one for the men, and one for the women, and one for the kids. And bear with me, it's not gonna be a long video. I'm gonna make it as short as possible. And please keep watching till the end, because in the end of this video, you will have an Easter bunny and a very good tips. So without further ado, let's go.
The Traveling Links.
Now, guys, please, before starting the video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment and share this video. I'll appreciate it so much. So before starting the video, some of you will say, well, who are you to talk about martial arts? Well, actually, what you don't know, that I've started to do martial arts since I was 14 years old. I'm gonna show you a short video of some of my performances. And I did Taekwondo in the beginning. It was for a very long time. Then I did a year of boxing in Russia. And then I did also a year in judo. So except for the martial arts that I did, I'm a big fan of martial arts, and I read a lot, and I have my own opinion, and I've did my research. So this tier list will be so interesting, and I will also keep it well argumented. So hang on and let's get it started. I also have a Japanese katana, and I do the martial arts Iaido. Okay, guys, so we will start the tier with boxing. But before starting with boxing, I have to tell you that the whole entire tier, whether it's for men or women or kids, it's gonna be what is the most efficient martial arts among the most popular ones, most well known, because otherwise the list is endless. So, and it's gonna be for the most efficient in self defense. I repeat, it's in self defense, because I presume that we are good people and we're not using the martial arts for aggression. All right. So it's going to be for the best martial arts for self-defending. Okay. So boxing. Boxing actually for men is one of the most amazing and most efficient martial arts ever, because first of all, it's very energetic, and it's also very efficient in close combat. And boxers normally are very well trained to dodge and move, and strike in a very good way, very efficient and quick way, to end up the fight in a very, very quick way. So presuming it's for men, it's amazing. It's one of the most sparring sports I've ever seen. I'll talk later about other martial arts. There is no sparring, a good sparring, as the boxing. All right, so I'm gonna put the boxing in easily in rank A, and maybe soon in the end I will even put it in S. You know what? For the men, let me put it in rank S. It's very efficient. Now, if we're talking about boxing for women, it's going to change a little bit because women physically are smaller and lighter, and they don't have very strong arms. So, of course, some of them are amazing boxers and they will end up the fight in a blink, and they are talented, and boxing will be their thing. But I'm talking in general, the vast majority, boxing is good for a woman, but they don't have the physical force, most of them. So it will be efficient, very efficient, but would I put it in rank S? No, for women, because of the um, consideration of their physiques. I would put it in an A tier. All right. As for the kids, I will definitely put again the boxing in uh, S tier, because whether it's a little boy or a little girl, they are still not very strong, and when they know how to give a punch or a hook or whatever, an uppercut, it will be very efficient, and it will be very good, presuming that they are self-defending themselves from another kid. All right, so this is for boxing. Now we get to the the next one, which is Aikido. I saw many YouTube channels talking about martial arts, and they have the tendency to put Aikido in the F tier, whether it's for men or women. In my opinion, I had a friend in France. He's originally from Morocco. He's French, but he's originally from Morocco, and he's a veteran, long time veteran in Aikido. And we started to talk, and we wanted to spar a little bit, and he showed me a couple of very good movements. So of course, I know I did my research, although Aikido is not my sport, and I know that there's a big part of it, as Steven Seagal, it's useless, and it's lots of scenes and useless movements and unapplicable in real fight. But still, if you are good in Aikido and you do Aikido for a long time, and you have good physical strength, good body, tall and built, Aikido can be a very good, efficient, let me say, good, efficient way to defend yourself, not from every kind of situation, but if you are good at it, it will be okay. So I think I will put Aikido for men in the C tier. They used to put it in F tier. So if I would put it in C, I would be generous. Let's put it for now in the C tier. All right. Let me put Aikido in the C tier. Okay. As for women, I would put it a little bit lower, because it's not only about the movement and using your opponent's strength. In my opinion, women generally leak the physical power, because to bend an opponent, you need some strength, and women, the vast majority, are females, so they are sweet and soft, and they are women. So I don't think Aikido, in the big vast majority of the situation, that will be efficient. I'll put it for now in E tier, but maybe I will put it later for women in the F tier. So as for kids, I will put it pretty much better than a C tier. I will put it in a B tier for now, because uh, kids, assuming that they are using Aikido for self defense and they are doing Aikido for quite a long time, then when they are facing an opponent that has no knowledge whatsoever in any martial arts, then Aikido will be most probably efficient because it's an equal strength, and the situation will bring the favor for the kid who do whatsoever martial arts. All right. So that's about Aikido. Now we get to the third one in the list, which is really, really a big one. It's karate. I know there are many subdivisions for karate, but or karate in Japanese. Uh, I will start with the very famous Shotokan karate. So, karate is quite efficient in general, and it's one of the most popular martial arts in the whole entire world. Well, it's also balanced with kicks and punches. However, of course, putting karate as self defense for men, I will not rank it so much because the sparring is really, really insufficient in my opinion. There will be some good dojos where the karate sifu or trainer, whatever, is so good. And then, of course, it can be with whatsoever martial arts. But in general, karate for martial arts for men, it's better than nothing, presuming you're fighting an opponent who has nothing to do with any kind of martial arts. I'll put it also in the C tier. As for women, I'll put it a little bit better. I'm going to put it in the, you know what? I'll put it on the C tier because later we will have the Kyokushin and it will go automatically to the B tier. For women, they have physically, their physiques, they have good developed legs and they can kick better than punching, all right? It's in their constitution and physics. Again, I'm speaking about the vast majority. So karate will have a good, efficient situation for the women. However, I will still rank it a little bit lower than boxing, although it's a paradox. I'm contradicting myself. I'm going to put the boxing for women in the B tier, and the karate, it's going down, okay, in the B tier. Because if you are a woman and you're just, punching for a very long time, your arms will develop some strength and you will learn something after 3 or 4 years. So it will still be superior. And karate, I will put it in the C tier. As for kids, I'm going to put the Shotokan karate in the A tier. We put it in the A tier because facing an equal opponent with the same strength or a little bit more, but he or she has nothing to do with any martial arts knowledge, karate will be quite efficient. Now we go for the Kyokushin. Kyokushin, I know, I remember when I was 14 years old, I did Taekwondo, but Kyokushin was also a thing in other dojos, and Kyokushin is really good. They are serious and they have some serious sparring since I'm talking about more than almost, let us say, 35 years ago, guys. All right. So since that time, Kyokushin was serious. So for men that do Kyokushin karate, I will put it, very easily in a B tier. It's good. It has some good kicks. They will develop some intuitions, and they are into the situation awareness and sparring. So it is good for men. I would put it in a B tier. That's my opinion. It deserves a B tier. For women, definitely next to boxing for the same reasons, but it's superior than the Shotokan karate, so I'm going to put it in the B tier. As for kids, let me put the Shotokan karate, sorry, the Kyokushin next to boxing. Okay. Next one, Taekwondo. Can I be biased? Unbiased, guys. I did Taekwondo. It was my first martial arts. And really, I'll try to be objective, all right? I'll try my best. So, Taekwondo is really the ultimate martial arts for kicking. However, it has a weak point. Those punches are so ridiculous and they are unapplicable in a real situation. It's so ridiculous, all right? I would never consider the, even if it's fast, you know, I wouldn't recommend anyone to punch in that way. So for kicks from a big distance, far distance, Taekwondo is really, really good, really efficient. But with kicks, it sucks, and it doesn't have like Muay Thai. I'm going to later. It's gonna come into our tier list. In closed situation, in a closed environment where you can't really kick and you need to punch, Taekwondo sucks, right? Where else? For example, Muay Thai has elbows and knees, then you can compensate. And it has some very good punches. That's the bad thing about Taekwondo, but it still rocks in terms of deadly kicks, and you will develop elasticity, a split, fast round kicks and side kicks and axis kicks, and you will do the jumping, rotating stuff. So it's really good. So I'll be realistic. I'll put it in a B tier for next to the Kyokushin for men. As for women, I'm gonna put it in an A tier. I'll tell you why. Again, go to the right place, please. Okay, so as I told you guys, women tend to have strong legs, and they are, they are born with more elasticity. It's anatomical thing. So Taekwondo is very good, in my opinion, for women, and self-defending in an open situation. Taekwondo is quite efficient for women. If they will do a good kick, they can even knock out the opponent and run away. All right. So I think I'm going to put it in A tier for women. As for kids, it will also go for A tier. It's really, really good. It will develop self confidence. Actually, any kind of, it's S tier. I'll put it in the A tier. Actually, any by the way, guys, it's a very little break, but it's in general. Any martial arts will develop discipline, self confidence. If you get an overwhelming and exaggerated self confidence, this is bad. And most of the young kids, they will get easily this sensation. Oh, I do this or that. I'm a Superman or a Superwoman or a Superwoman, right? That's a bad thing. But I think most of the um, trainers are aware about this point. So good luck with that. But the good point, it gives you self-awareness, it gives you situation, environmental awareness as well. It develops discipline, and so it martial arts are a good thing to teach your kids, whether it's a boy or a girl. All right. Now we get back to the men tier, and with a very big and one of my favorite martial arts, it's judo. Now judo, before anything, I'm going to put it in S tier for men. Judo is amazing. It's, for me, it's the ultimate self defense martial arts. Excuse me. Because when you don't expect your opponent to throw you on the ground. And when you are thrown on the ground on concrete, most probably it will hit you badly and you will really be broken. Your ego will be broken, right? So it ends the situation quite quickly, all right? Whether you are a man, whether you are a woman, whether you are a kid, judo is amazing for self-defense. I don't need to talk a lot about judo, but in my opinion and in the opinion of many other professional trainers and professional martial artists, judo is really great, really, really great. So let's go to the women tier and we put judo as an S tier for women. Ladies, do judo. It's great. You will just throw your opponent on the concrete and run away. And he will, until he gets up, he will say, "What the heck?" And you'll be already escaping a bad situation. So judo definitely S for females, and definitely S also for kids. All right, let's get to the next one. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is also a very good martial arts for self defense. However, and I don't think anyone will be wondering about the weak point. It when the fight ends up on the floor, on the ground, a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu blue belt will be a god, all right? And they will finish it quite quickly. The problem is, you know, when you start a fight on the street and you're in a situation where you have to do self defense, if your opponent is good at striking and he knocks you out, you will find yourself on the ground, but consciousless, right? Unconscious. So I don't know. I would put Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu per se if you know how to strike and you do also Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's an S tier. Like all the MMA fighters, they do Muay Thai, they do uh, uh, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu uh, on basic regular basis. So they become a war machine, all right, and unstoppable, and they compensate everything, and the weak points will be closed in both sports. But if you're just doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, I wouldn't put it in an S tier, but I will put it in an A tier easily for men. For women, I'm gonna put it a little bit higher, maybe. No, let's put it in A tier. It's still better than Taekwondo. Let me put it in the S tier. However, ladies, if you are into Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, of course, the Gracie Brazilian Jiu Jitsu has a long, years and fame among ladies, and when they are blue belts and above, they are awesome, But please do something else with Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and then you will be really unstoppable, and you will feel pretty safe in a self defense situation. Nevertheless, I'm gonna keep it as an S tier for ladies, and for kids, of course, I'll put it also as an S tier. All right, let's go to the next one. Next one is capoeira, jingo. So capoeira was developed in Brazil historically talking, by the black community. It was brought from Africa. It's very efficient, with some deadly kicks, but until you rotate and until you do the kick, and if you will be very fortunate to have the right kick at the right time, then maybe you will knock out, most probably you will knock out your opponent. But is it good for self-defense? I don't think so. I'll put it for obvious reasons in a D tier for men. Let's put it in the right. I don't know why it's glitching a little bit. Okay, D tier. Let's put it for the women in the same D tier place. And for the kids also, I would put it in a D tier. It's D tier universal. All right. Krav Maga. Oh my God, Krav Maga. Okay, let me be very, very honest. I know all the YouTube channels will rank Krav Maga as F tier. I'll speak my mind, guys, and please, if you are a Krav Maga uh, participant or martial artist, don't get sad about what the others are talking about Krav Maga. In the beginning, in 2007, when I came to know about this martial arts, and I saw the first YouTube uh, um, um, videos about Krav Maga, it wasn't presented in a good way. Like the guy with the bald guy will go and say he comes with a knife and you have to do and that's it, guys. In that time I would say, what the heck? I would put it in an F or Z tier. But now things are different, and the Krav Maga that they are teaching now is well compensated. All right. And another thing, I would say, it's also a kind of mixed martial arts. It was developed by the Israeli army to make a martial arts for soldiers. So the bad thing about it is overwhelmed over. They teach you to be a soldier. They teach you to be a kamikaze. They teach you to be a suicidal. You go with no fear and you do your thing. So, is it good in a martial art, in a self-defending situation, just to be exaggerated, uh, um, uh, having an exaggerated amount of self-confidence and go as a suicidal? I wouldn't say that, but I'm not disrespecting the Krav Maga, because when you are good at it, and you are very good at it, whether you are a kid or a woman or a man, it's quite efficient. Unlike all my colleagues in the YouTube channels, I'm going to put Krav Maga for men in a B tier next to Taekwondo. And for women, I'm going to put it a little bit lower, a little bit lower. I'll put it in the C tier, because women should not be over uh, having an exaggerating amount of self-confidence, because they will face a bigger, presuming the attacker is a man or many men. You can't have a big amount of self-confidence and going in suicidal mode. You really need to do something quick and escape, whether you are a man or a woman in the end, or a kid. But Krav Maga doesn't have this. It's good for soldiers. It's not good for people. So, having said that, I'll put Krav Maga back to the man. I'll put it in a C tier. Haters will hate me, but it's me. It's my channel. It's my video, and it's my opinion. I might be wrong, but I'm gonna put it in C for both men and women. As for kids, I'll rank it a little bit more because it's good. We'll put it in the B tier. Those are kids. They will be um, quite aggressive. All right, let's go to the next one. It's Kung Fu. Oh my God, Kung Fu, a big one, and a very old martial arts, one of the oldest one, Chinese Kung Fu. Chinese Kung Fu. When you look at Bruce Lee, which he was also a Kung Fu Wing Chun, and he developed his own martial art. but the base is kung fu. It's quite impressive, guys. It's good in self-defending, but the dojos, most of them are McDojos, right? They are interested about developing money and stuff. But if you would go to a real good dojo for a kung fu, it's a very good martial art for self-defending, self-defense. I would put kung fu for male on the B tier next to taekwondo and what was that? Kyokushin. And for women, I'll put kung fu in the B tier next to boxing and kyokushin. Taekwondo will still be superior for the kicks and the anatomical particularity for women. And for kids, I'm gonna put kung fu. I'll I'll give it a generous A tier. A tier, not S tier. A tier. Come over here. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Wing Chun. Wing Chun. My God. So Wing Chun was developed by a woman historically. It's really good for a very close face-to-face situation. Is it good for any situation? I don't think so. Haters also uh, that do Wing Chun will say, that guy. But it's my channel again. Wing Chun is very similar to Kung Fu, and it is good for close distance, but not for every situation. For men, I'm gonna put it in the S tier next to Krav Maga and Shotokan, Karate, and Aikido. But for ladies, I'm gonna put the Wing Chun a little bit higher because it was invented by a lady, and most of the women will get a situation when they are facing the opponent from a very, very close distance. So come on, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna put it next to Taekwondo. Wing Chun was invented by a woman martial artist from China, and they knew how to face a bigger and stronger opponent and to end the fight, a very close fight, intimate fight, because the aggressors, what they want from the woman, they want to sexually harass her and maybe to take some money. Wing Chun will be effective for a woman, in my opinion. So I'll put it in an A tier. For the kids, I will just put it next to. So for the kids, I'm gonna put it also in the A tier next to Kung Fu. All right. Let's go for the next martial arts. Oh my God, Sambo, Sambo. Sambo is amazing. I'm gonna put Sambo immediately in the A tier for male, for men, because Sambo is like MMA. It has many things in one martial arts. It has some judo, it has some striking, it has some wrestling, and it's really a very balanced and compensated, uh, well in harmony martial arts. So I will definitely put it in an A tier for a self-defense, because you're gonna be able to do everything. Whether you are in an open space, you can still kick, you can still throw your opponent on the ground. If you are in a close situation, you can have some wrestling moves or submission moves or even some punching moves. So Sambo is one of the greatest um, martial arts in general for any gender, whether you are a man or a woman or a kid. And it goes also, it's a Russian mixed martial arts, which goes for Samazashita Bizaruje. I think this is what the SAMBO goes for, Samazashita Bizaruje. I think it is. So, which I'm sorry, I will translate it for you. Samazashita, it means self-defense. Bizaruje is without weapon. So your weapons will be your hands, your know-how, uh, um, your skills, and your legs, of course. So for women, I will be very generous and put it as an S tier for obvious reasons. And for the kids, I'm gonna put the Sambo also. I will give it definitely an S tier. Now let's go for the next one, which is still related to Sambo. It's combat Sambo. It's also Sambo, but more aggressive. You have some military aggressive skills in it, similar to the Krav Maga, but well-rounded, much better than Krav Maga. So if you have uh, the knowledge of basic Sambo and combat Sambo, oh my God, you're a war machine. I'll put you, even for the male, I'll put it in an S tier because it's like the best thing. It's basically MMA. I'll put it in the S tier for the male. For ladies, I'm gonna put combat sambo again to on the S tier next to the sambo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu and judo. And for the kids, definitely S. You see, the kids, no matter what you are doing, they get good rank because they are still weak, they are still little, they face normally an equal size, or a close sized and um, equal strength opponent. So any martial arts is good for them. Now I get to the wow. We are definitely going to the S tiers, guys. Muay Thai, Muay Thai. It goes automatically to the S tiers for all of them. So why Muay Thai is amazing? Because it's brutal. If you go and learn Muay Thai in Thailand, for example, whether you are a kid or a woman or a guy, after 2 or 3 years, and especially if we are saying that you are dedicated for 5 years, you will be unstoppable. You will smash your opponent. You will face any martial artist, whether he's a boxer or judo or Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Muay Thai, I really rank it on the top. It has elbows, it has knees, it has punches, it has um, some throwing movements. It's a striking sport, but it's well-rounded. It has some of the deadliest kicks. Muay Thai is S tier without further ado. We put it also as S tier for ladies, war machines, and for kids, definitely. It's the most kick ass martial arts for self defense and whatever, guys. Now, kickboxing. Kickboxing is the bad version of Muay Thai, but it's still very efficient. So I'm gonna put it for male next to Taekwondo, and maybe I'll put it a little bit higher than Taekwondo because the punches are better. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Kickboxing is good. It's better than karate. It's better than Kyokushin. It's better than Taekwondo and Kung Fu because it has very good sparring. They use very good punches, but it's still a little bit less developed than the real Muay Thai. So A tier for males, and for women, let's put it in the A tier, above the boxing. A tier, I said, above the boxing and Kyokushin and Kung Fu, and next to Taekwondo and Wing Chun. That's for the ladies. Now for the kids, kickboxing will get to the A tier, next to Kyokushin and I'm sorry, next to Shotokan Karate, Taekwondo, Kung Fu, Wing Chun, kickboxing is great for kids. Now, wrestling, that's also a very big one, underestimated. And wrestling, my God, wrestling is amazing. A wrestler, better than any other martial arts, develops a mentality of fighting, fighting, fighting. I will never surrender. I will have to fight. I will have to adapt. I will have to find a way to overcome an obstacle and a crazy, um, uh, seemingly hopeless case from the aggressor. They develop a kind of sixth sense, and they develop with years a kind of mentality to find always a way to and elasticity and everything. Those who do wrestling will know what I am talking about. So wrestling will go for males in, let me put it in an S tier as well. Also for the women, I will put it in S tier. And for the kids, it's the same. It will go for S tier for everyone. Wrestling is great, guys. It's not very famous as martial arts. It is because it's an Olympic uh, martial art. But wrestling, under wrestling, you have the Mongolian wrestling, you have the sumo wrestling, you have the Greek Roman wrestling, and you have the American wrestling. Wrestling is great, guys. It is very efficient for self defense. Now we have the last two in the list. We have Silat, uh, and we have, okay, let's go first with Silat. Silat, I'm not very, it's an Indonesian martial arts. I'm not very well familiar with Silat, but I saw some very good videos with very great masters in Silat, like trainers or what can we say, black belt with Dan, if this even exists with Silat, and they used to do some very good, I'm sorry, very good movements for self-defense. I think if you do Silat for a couple of years, you will be good in self-defense, but you won't be awesome. If you will do it for many years, 10 years, and you will have a master and with a very good dojo. Like I think I saw a channel, I don't remember the name of it, but the guy, the master was from Brunei, the Sultanate of Brunei. He was really awesome. It is so good, but I don't think that everyone will reach his own level. So I will be realistic and put Silat in a B tier for male. For females, I'm gonna put it in B tier as well, B tier. Okay, and for kids, I'm gonna put it also for in B tier. All right. Now the last one, guys. We're approaching the end of this tier list. For male, we're talking about Kali or Eskrima. It's a Filipino martial arts. It's very efficient. I'm also not very well familiar with that, but from what I've seen with my research and the videos on YouTube, it 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 is good because it teaches you also how to use sticks and knives and how to dodge them. It is actually very risky to face an opponent that has a weapon, with whether you are doing an S tier um, martial art. But if you have a weapon, then and if you know how to use the weapon, then you are not on S tier, you are in on S plus tier. So it is paradoxical, it is confusing. Where should I put the Eskrima? I'll put it in A tier for this reason. But please, you have to understand, you will have the upper hand when you have a weapon in your hand. And if you know how to deal with a weapon, an opponent with a weapon, it's also very good, very efficient. However, it is still risky. Should I put it in A tier or B tier? I don't know. Maybe I will put it on B tier. Don't hate me, guys who do Eskrima, because I think that if you are overconfident with yourself, you will fall into the same trap of Krav Maga. I'll put it in B tier for male. But if you are a super duper well-rounded martial artist in Eskrima, you will go easily for an A, or if you have a weapon, you will go even on an S plus tier. But are you allowed in the Western world to go, or in most of the countries, are you allowed to go with a weapon? I don't think so. So B tier for me, for male. For women, I will put it also in B tier. I don't think I'm generous with it. I think I am quite fair. And for kids, I'm going to put it in a B tier as well. So, guys, before finishing this tier list, I hope, first of all, that I had a good explanation and good argument with the most famous martial arts for self-defending. Let me go quickly. The male list, the S tier, we have boxing, judo, combat sambo, Muay Thai, and wrestling. A tier, you will have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, sambo, normal sambo, and kickboxing. B tier goes for Kyokushin, karate, taekwondo, kung fu, and silat and eskrima. C will go for Aikido, Shotokan Karate, Krav Maga, and Wing Chun. And the D will go for Capoeira. I don't have any E or F list. I respect all the martial arts. I believe that if you know any martial arts and your opponent has no knowledge whatsoever, you will always have the upper hand. Sorry. As for the ladies, the S tier goes for judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, sambo and combat sambo, Muay Thai and wrestling. A tier goes for taekwondo, Wing Chun, kickboxing. B tier will go for boxing, Kyokushin karate, kung fu, silat, and kali. As for the C tier, it goes for Shotokan karate and Krav Maga. The D tier will go for capoeira, and E tier will go for aikido. As for the kids, they have boxing and Kyokushin, judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, sambo and combat sambo, Muay Thai, and wrestling in the S tier. A tier will go for Shotokan karate. It will go also for taekwondo, for kung fu, Wing Chun, and kickboxing. And the B will go for aikido, Krav Maga, silat, and kali. And the D will go for capoeira. Now for the well-promised Easter Bunny. Now, if you are a man or a woman or a kid, and you're allowed to go you are with some friend who knows some martial arts, you will have a bigger chance to be more efficient in a situation where you're at risk and facing some danger. Guys, I'm so sorry. In the beginning, I told you that this video will be as short as possible. And actually, when I finished the whole video, my son told me, Dad, it's about 45 minutes or so. So I'm terribly sorry. I was into the information and I was talking and I didn't feel that the time was flying, you know. So I hope anyway that the video was so good and so entertaining and so efficient and makes sense. And at the same time, my last words just to end this video, this episode, please, the best way is to be far from any trouble. If you are facing an aggressor, try to avoid him, try to escape. Don't try to do the superhero, even if you know something. When you find yourself in a, it's inevitable to fight or be dead or receiving some harm, then you have to fight back for sure. Never start the aggression. Try to be smart. Try to be to avoid. Try to run away. It's not you will be brave as well, because in a fight or run situation, sometimes running is wise, and sometimes when a deer is running for its life, it's also a good thing. It's self-surviving instinct and skills. So yeah, be safe and do martial arts. Martial arts are great. It will develop discipline in you. It will give you self-confidence, and it may save your life. All right, and be wise every time and be safe. I wish you had a very good time. I wish you also love and peace as always. Until the next episode, this is the Traveling Links saying to you, bye guys.